And all of a sudden, it's going to feel, and for some, look like winter. And that's the story on the feed. We have building cold, 2 shots of cold air coming in here. Well, actually 3. One that's coming in for Thanksgiving, one, and then that sets us up for some snow over the weekend here. And then another shot of cold air coming next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. That too will bring an opportunity for snow across the Midwest and parts of the northeastern United States. I'm going to break it all down here on the feed. I want to start with the Rayno Rule. All right. I didn't really invent this, but I like to say I did. And I want to show you this. When you're talking about cold, and those that have followed me on X for years know that when we're following injections of cold air, you always have at least 2 opportunities, not certainties, but opportunities for snow on the front end and on the back end. All right, so we're going to talk about the front end snow first, and it all begins with this piece of energy that we're tracking in the Aleutians. Now, last week on the feed, we were talking about how after Thanksgiving, there'd be a piece of energy coming into the northwest that would round the bend. And remember, that one was shown to be a huge storm along the East Coast earlier in the week. And we said, well, we're not sure about that. But we're still going to have to keep an eye on that piece of energy for some snow. And guess what? We're going to have to keep an eye on that energy for a piece of snow, for that piece of energy for some snow. Let me show you what it looks like. It's this piece of energy right here. These are the Aleutian Islands right in here. And then this is the energy. It's way out here. Now, this is going to round the bend, and then it's going to be arriving in the northwest as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, and that's the piece of energy that the modeling is having lots of problems on. And one of the reasons we started the feed is I want to give you a look at exactly what I'm looking at as far as the models are concerned. I'm going to keep it simple, and then you could understand the why. So I want to take you to this. We're going to show you the American model and the European model, and it begins Thursday evening with that piece of energy that I've been tracking right in here. You see that? There's the American model. Here's the European model. They both have it in about the same spot. You see that? Right in here in the northwest. Now, watch the difference. The European brings this along as colder air gets established. So for the Rayno Rule, this is on the backside of cold air getting established, right? This energy comes south and east. Watch what the European does. Comes across, here's Friday evening. You see it, it's right in here, all right? So you're going to start breaking out snow. Now, the key is, the more this piece of energy can get out ahead of the colder air, the bigger storm it's going to be. If it moves with it at the same, let's say, longitude, then it's a weaker storm and you get less snow. So that's the other thing we're going to have to figure out. Right now, the European model suggests that it doesn't quite get out ahead of it. It's down in here. Here comes one cold air. Here's another shot of cold air. But it's a weaker storm, but you've got cold air established. And as it comes northward, you're going to start getting some snow as we get into Friday night and Saturday, including the city of Chicago. You would be in this. Detroit, you would be in this. And even I-70, parts of Illinois and Indiana, you'd be in this snow Friday night and Saturday. I'll show you the surface map here shortly. But note, that's the European. This is the GFS. Watch what it does. European GFS. Watch what it does. Friday evening, European GFS. Saturday evening, there's the American model across Oklahoma. There's the GFS in here. Right now, given everything that I look at, and there's other modeling that shows this, we are rejecting the American model. We think it's wrong. I don't think it's right at all. So that's why we're going to throw that out. I like the idea that this system, as it comes into the northwest, doesn't dig across the southwest. It comes along, and that's going to produce a storm that comes northward and produces some snow. Let me show you the surface map on the European here. This is what we're looking at. Watch it. See how this is Saturday morning. Here comes the storm Saturday morning across Oklahoma, and then you start putting some snow down. Des Moines, Peoria, Springfield, Chicago as well, and then it moves northward. Now, it seems to me that it's a general 1 to 2, 1 to 3 inches, but modeling suggests that there could be a little band of heavier snow in here across central parts of Illinois, Indiana, that you can get 3 to 6 inches of snow. I'm not ready to buy that yet. But I do think the idea that you have snow in this area across the Dakotas, right, in here, coming probably south of Minneapolis and up in here, and in here, maybe in northern New England with this snow, this is the area that you're going to have to watch for accumulating snow in here. Watch it. And we'll show it again. So I think that's going to be Friday night and Saturday right in there. General 1 to 3 inches, maybe 3 to 6 in some spots. We'll get back to you on that. Now, really quickly, that's the back end of the snow, right? Because you have the snow, cold air in place. There's going to be another shot of cold air coming here. Look at this. This is Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Look at all this cold air coming in here, right in here. We're going to just use the European because I think the American model is wrong. So look at this cold air coming. Here it is, in here. Now, right now, the modeling, and this is Wednesday, does not show a storm on this. Just shows the cold air. I'm skeptical of that because you know what's going to end up happening? I think what you're going to end up seeing is with this cold air coming, right? You're going to get a wave to form on this, and I think you've got to watch out. By Thursday morning, where's the cold air? It's building across the Midwest. I think you're going to have to worry about some accumulating snow with this. Next week, that's next Wednesday and Thursday in here. So 2 shots of cold, 2 shots of snow on the back end and then the front end. A lot to watch, and that's the feed. Stay with us.